Black Swan Negotiation, 4 Powerful Strategies to Master Conversations. Dear Amelia Emberhart, negotiation is everywhere. It is not just for business deals, hostage situations, or political agreements. It is in the way we convince a friend to join us for an adventure, in how we discuss responsibilities at home, and even in how we resolve conflicts with people we care about. The best negotiators are not those who push their will onto others, but those who listen, understand, and guide conversations toward the best possible outcome. The skills of negotiation are also the skills of effective communication. When you master them, you become better at navigating relationships, solving problems, and influencing the world around you. I recently finished Never Split the Difference by Voss, a former FBI hostage negotiator, and I want to share 4 powerful negotiation concepts from the book that will help you in everyday life. 1. Labeling, describing feelings, not accusing actions. People want to be understood, not judged. One of the best ways to diffuse tension and open a conversation is through labeling. Instead of saying, "You are being unfair," try, "It sounds like you feel strongly about this." Labeling is not about stating what someone is doing but recognizing how they might be feeling. By acknowledging emotions rather than making accusations, you help others feel heard. This can instantly lower their defensiveness and make them more open to discussion. For example, if a friend is upset about a change in plans, saying, "It sounds like this is really frustrating for you," shows that you understand their feelings, rather than dismissing them with, "Do not be upset." Try using phrases like, "It seems like you are worried about this. It sounds like this is important to you. It looks like you have put a lot of thought into this." People are more likely to trust and cooperate with those who understand their emotions. This simple tool can transform conversations and turn conflicts into collaborations. 2. Calibrated questions and the illusion of control. One of the most powerful ways to guide a conversation is to ask the right kind of questions. Instead of asking yes or no questions, use calibrated questions that make people think and provide information. These questions often start with how or what. For example, how can we solve this problem together? What do you think is the best way forward? How can I help make this easier for you? Calibrated questions give the other person a sense of control, making them more likely to engage positively. Instead of demanding, "Do this now," a better approach is, "How do you think we can get this done today?" This shifts the conversation from resistance to collaboration. You have not only implicitly asked for help, triggering goodwill and less defensiveness, but you have also engineered a situation where your counterpart is now using their mental and emotional resources to overcome your challenges. This is the first step in getting them to internalize your way, and the obstacles in it, as their own. When someone feels they are part of the solution, they become more invested in reaching a positive outcome. 3. Black Swans, the unknown unknowns. In any negotiation or discussion, there are always hidden pieces of information, things you do not know that could change everything. These are called black swans. The key to this metaphor comes from history. Until the 17th century, people in Europe believed that all swans were white because they had never seen otherwise. The discovery of black swans in Australia shattered this assumption, proving that what was once thought impossible could, in fact, exist. In negotiation, black swans are the unknown factors that can completely change the outcome of a discussion. For example, imagine you are trying to convince a friend to join a trip, but they keep refusing. Instead of pushing harder, you listen carefully and discover that they are worried about the cost. Now, you can address the real issue, maybe by finding a more affordable option, rather than wasting time on arguments that miss the point. Black swans are the unexpected truths that can shift the entire outcome of a situation. To find them, ask more, listen deeply, and be ready to adjust your approach based on new information. 4. Anchors and countering extreme anchors. In negotiations, the first offer often sets the tone. This is known as an anchor. An anchor can heavily influence expectations, even if it is arbitrary or extreme. Skilled negotiators use anchoring to set a high or low starting point that benefits them. If someone throws out an extreme anchor, instead of immediately countering with your own number, a powerful technique is to refer to external information. Instead of saying, "I will offer X instead," you might say, "This and that high-profile company would offer this much for a similar deal." By doing this, you reframe the discussion without directly engaging in a price battle. It shifts the conversation away from their extreme number and toward a more reasonable range. This approach works because it creates a sense of legitimacy and fairness. Instead of making it about personal preference or argument, you are introducing an external standard that both sides can acknowledge. Practical exercise. Here is a way to practice these skills. Labeling challenge. For the next 3 days, focus on labeling emotions in your conversations. Instead of reacting quickly, try to name how the other person might be feeling using phrases like, "it sounds like" or "it seems like." Calibrated question experiment. In a conversation where you want a better outcome, replace direct statements with how or what questions. Observe how the other person responds. Black Swan discovery. Choose a conversation where you are unsure about the other person's full perspective. Ask deeper questions, listen carefully, and see if you uncover a hidden concern or motivation. Anchor awareness. The next time someone gives you an offer or suggestion, notice whether they are using an anchor. If the anchor seems extreme, practice countering it by referencing external information instead of directly stating your own counteroffer. Mastering negotiation is not about winning, it is about understanding. When you truly listen, ask the right questions, and recognize hidden dynamics, you become a more effective communicator, leader, and friend. Keep practicing, Amelia, and you will find that these skills open doors in ways you never expected. This is your moment. Take command and show us the path.